Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 274 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods. And starting us off, we have a mod pack for you explorers out there. This is Fortuitous, a Wanderer's Recompense. Now this is a mod pack that has so many new mods inside of it, and the mod page reads that have you ever felt like exploring Skyrim was a bit lackluster? Well, say no more, because this is Fortuitous, a Wanderer's Recompense, and this mod pack will reward you for exploring, collecting standing stones, giving you perk points. It has hand-placed enchanted rings in it. You can find unread skill books and regular books. There's also more books to find all throughout the world, and even books that increase your speechcraft. By the 9, this mod has it all. Now the mod creator also recommends using their Shout Pack bundle alongside with this mod called Scream and Shout, Dragonborn Shout's Overhaul. But whenever it comes to the mods that are actually jam-packed in this Explorer's mod pack here, we have the mod for Standing Stones, which whenever you discover a standing stone, it gives you a perk point. You also have a mod in here called Quests Award Perk Points, as well as each stone of Baron Zaya gives you a bonus. You also have perk point awards, more rewarding dragon priests, perk points, and more gold for bounty quests, special perks from questing, unread books glow, reading improves speech, reading is good, the books mod, which we actually covered in a previous episode. You also have the legendary rings mod, the treasure maps journal, and no stone unturned for thieves. And with all these mods combined, you pretty much have a perfect Explorer's Bundle mod, and on top of that, we've actually covered so many mods within this mod pack in our previous load orders and our previous top 5 mod episodes, so you should already really know what most of these do. You know, Quest Award Perk Points, that's an obvious one. It just gives you perks whenever you do special quests. Each Stone of Baron Zaya gives you a bonus, so you'll get more gold, perk points, etc. And then for the more rewarding Dragon Priests, you'll get better loot whenever fighting Dragon Priests whenever you discover them. We've actually used the perk points and more gold for bounty quests mod in a previous load order video, so we already have some experience with that. Special perks from questing, that's just special little buffs you get for completing the Winterhold quest line, as well as companions and, you know, any other faction quest out there. Unread Books Glow allows you to see any book that you either have or haven't read already, as well as find skill books. I always use the skill books one. And then the treasure maps journal just allows you to keep better track of regular treasure maps and keep them all within one book here. So there's so much to unpack here with this giant Explorer's mod pack here, and it's also very light in memory space, coming in at just over 7 megabytes. So this is a perfect mod in my opinion to add to any other Explorer playthrough that you may have out there, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 5 spot this week. So if you're becoming a treasure hunter in your next playthrough of Skyrim, or maybe you just want to feel more rewarded whenever you're exploring and doing regular side quests, then Fortuitous, a Wanderer's Recompense, is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download and add it to your next playthrough of Skyrim. Coming in at the number 4 spot this week, we have a mod that plans to overhaul most of the farms that you travel to throughout Skyrim. This is Rin's Farms All-in-One. And the mod page reads that this is the second all-in-one installment in the Rin Skyrim project, and each farm location in this mod has been overhauled to include new features, more detail, and massive increases to individual farm sizes. Some even adding new alchemical ingredients, new foods, or minor, unique NPCs. This particular all-in-one file includes Lorelius Farm, Snowshod Farm, Merryfair Farm, Serethi Farm, Hollyfrost Farm, Halalu Farm, and Brandy Mug Farm. And all of these are huge changes. whether it's little changes such as adding fences or cattle behind a little area in the farm, to massive increases of size to their actual crop and what they produce. Because let's face it, whenever you're going outside of whether it be Whiterun, Riften, and you stumble across the farms and you just take a glance at them, there's no possible way all of the vanilla farms could actually sustain the city that they're outside of. This is where that mod comes in to change that. It makes it so every single farm is going to have a lot of food growing and have a lot of people in it, lots of people working, and lots of crops to pick and cattle and just different types of things to keep the city actually alive and make it feel more immersive and realistic. So if you're looking to add a little bit more immersion and realism into your game, all for 1.31 megabytes to all the farms throughout Skyrim, then Rim's Farm All-in-One is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download it and check out some of these brand new remastered farms for yourself. Coming in at the number 3 spot this week, we have a mod that I've covered in the past but received huge updates ever since the last time I covered it, that is pretty much an entirely new mod now. This is the More to Say mod, and back in the day, before even episode 100 I believe, we covered this mod in its very early stages, and it really only gave more things to say to the people of Riverwood. But now this mod has miscellaneous dialogue in Riverwood, Whiterun, Riften, Falkreath, Winterhold, Shorestone, Karthwiston, Iverstead, Dragonbridge, Whistling Mine, and Rorikstead NPCs. So this mod has come a long way since the last time we covered it. And like I said, it's basically just a mod that adds inconsequential dialogue to NPCs, and it's constructed from the NPC greetings and miscellaneous lines of the same voice type. So this is a fully voiced mod using existing sound files from Skyrim, and it aims to stay true to each NPC's character and story, though some liberties are taken to add character depth. So no matter where you are all throughout Skyrim, you'll have more things to say to different types of NPCs, maybe miscellaneous quests to do, or just tiny unmarked quests that you can do, or just little things you can do to help out the NPCs. There's so much to unpack with this mod here. It includes fully voiced dialogue with the original game files and splicing like I said. The player can repair their relationship with Sven or Faendal after a lovely letter quest is complete. You can brawl with Nazim just because he's annoying you. You can ask priests for the blessings of their divines, ask guards about their city and settlement. Most followers now have early game quest specific dialogue. Followers can also give you pointers on certain skills, where their skills are above 25 and yours are below 20. You can now tell your dog followers good dog or bad dog and give them treats. It provides an immersive way to acquire Rock Splinter, which is the unique pickaxe Bethesda left out of the game. There's also a few additional small quests that have been added alongside this mod to people like Lucan, Hulda, Bellathor, Linley, Soloff, and so many other NPCs that you can find throughout the game. It adds additional skill checks hidden in NPC dialogues. You can discover the secret of Rorikstead. Now I'm super impressed with how far this mod has come. Like I said, back in the day we only had Riverwood as people that had more dialogue to talk to. But now you pretty much have every single city within Skyrim, and they even plan on moving on to other cities and towns. Currently they're taking a break to actually play the game, but once they get back into modding, they'll be heading to Iverstead and Dragonbridge to finish up those areas, which I think is really cool. So all in all, if you just want more dialogue options and you want the game to feel more like an RPG and you want to have more side quests and just more things to hear from your favorite NPCs all throughout the game, then More to Say is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download it and transform the dialogue in your Skyrim game for yourself. Coming in at the number 2 spot this week. Now I know we just covered a Clef J mod that covered Winterhold, but I could not help myself because a brand new Great City mod just came out, and this is the Great City of Winterhold version 4. And the mod page reads that the first time you entered Winterhold, you probably thought it was nothing more than a little village. However, it turns out that Winterhold was once an epic city, but it was destroyed by a massive event known as the Great Collapse. An endless storm battered the cliffs upon which Winterhold stood, that is, until the cliffs gave away and most of the city fell into the sea. And a bit of the lore behind this city is Winterhold is an ancient place dating back to the First Era. Legend claims Winterhold was created by Shalador the Archmage with no more than a whisper of a single spell. The same man who created the infamous Labyrinthian, Winterhold continued as a wealthy and prosperous city, rivaling Solitude in its influence and power. It even was the capital of Skyrim during the reign of Borgus in the First Era, and Winterhold has seen better days though. The Winterhold we see today is just a shadow of its former glory, and it all ended with the Great Collapse. Most of the city fell and was swallowed by the sea, and now all that remains are a few stubborn Nords and the College, although most Nords blame the College for the Great Collapse. With this mod, they hope to restore some of Winterhold's glory, and the aim of this mod is to add immersion to every visit to Winterhold, as well as adding a few nooks and crannies to explore, and it features custom-made architecture and a custom texture to expand upon Winterhold in a lore-friendly way. The architecture was also designed to bridge the gap between the ancient Nordic architecture of Windhelm and the highly medieval sophistication of Solitude. And in the future, they plan on adding a few new voice-acted NPCs, but this will come in a later update, so there's more to come with this mod. And like I said, I know I covered Clef J 2 weeks ago, but I mean, just look at this new Winterhold. Look at these walls, look at these new buildings, look at the new layout, look at everything about this city. I really like both of them. I like Clef J's, I like this great city of Winterhold mod, and I can't really seem to choose between them. I like them both, so that's where I'm going to come to you guys and ask you. Let me know in the comments down below, which Winterhold did you like better over the past few weeks? I'd love to hear you guys' responses, but other than that, if you like the looks of this city and you want a brand new Winterhold, and it's also very compatible with other mods out there like the Obscures College of Winterhold mod, or other College of Winterhold expansions that you want to add on. This doesn't touch the college in any way, just the actual city of Winterhold, so it'll be compatible with pretty much anything you throw at it, and I absolutely love that about this mod. But all in all, if you're looking for a brand new remaster of Winterhold, this is definitely the mod I'd recommend downloading, and that's why it's featured here at a number 2 spot this week. So I'd recommend downloading and exploring the brand new Winterhold for yourself. Coming in at the number 1 spot this week, we have a brand new beautiful SMIM mod that's just surfaced on the mod page here. This is Super SMIM'd 1K, and it's a perfectly sized, beautiful SMIM mod that I actually haven't seen ever created. This is brand new to me, and I've used so many SMIM mods in the past, whether it was creating load orders or just trying to find a common ground with textures in my game whenever I was building a load order for myself. It's really hard to choose a good SMIM mod because some are very low in space but don't cover a lot, some cover everything but are too high in space, but this kind of meets me in the middle, this Super SMIM'd 1K, because it's just under 500 megabytes and it covers so much all throughout Skyrim. If you don't know, SMIM means Static Mesh Improvement Mod, and these types of mods just focus on the little things of Skyrim. If you're looking at docks in a pier, whenever you're going throughout Solitude or you're outside Riverwood and you're walking across the boards, it makes the boards look all nice, the ropes as well, and then other things such as chests, furniture, and just the little things that you wouldn't think about. These all have brand new overhauled textures, and they're fully remastered in 1K textures, and I really like it. But whenever it comes to the stuff that it actually covers within this, of course you have the regular Static Mesh Improvement mod that's just tacked on top of here, but then you have all of the other things that they've added, such as better apples, bread, chests, honey pots, noble chairs, better barrels, animated forge water, Markarth braziers. Then you also have the glazed and Nordic pottery, oil barrels, butter churns, festival ropes, the Solitude well, stockades of Skyrim, the water in wells, Windhelm fences, 3D docks, farmhouses, the Honeyside deck floor, shack kit roofs, Solitude signposts, the castle bridge, guard towers, scaffolds, the Temple of Mara, Windhelm stable roofs, 3D Solitude market trellis expansion, the Whiterun Dragonreach double door fix, just so many things that you can find, all jam-packed into this one SMIM mod that completely overhauls most of the textures of the things you wouldn't even think about overhauling in Skyrim. And you may be thinking, well, do I even really need an SMIM mod if they're just covering, textures that I don't really focus on or wouldn't have thought to change? And I would say, yeah, you pretty much do need an SMIM mod for most load orders that you create, because say you're making a graphical load order that's completely changing every single city, all the landscaping, everywhere you explore, completely changed, and then you walk into a regular house and you have like a vanilla bench just sitting there and it looks way out of place. But that's where SMIM mods come in, because they cover all that extra stuff. Whether you're remastering towns, settlements, landscapes, architecture, you name it, it's always good to have an SMIM mod in your load order, and I definitely recommend checking out the Super SMIM'd mod. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 1 spot this week, so I'd strongly recommend downloading Super SMIM'd 1K and adding it to your next playthrough of Skyrim. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can join our Discord. I'll be sure to leave the Discord link in the description as well as the pinned comment, so you can join us on there and leave mod suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.